First, I need to get my jump function fixed, because right now, soon enough I figured out that when I jump, I'm calling the jump function once and it does its job. What I need to do instead is enable the jump, and then if the jump is enabled, I call the jump function each game cycle. As soon as my jump speed decreases to something close to 0, I disable my jump and fall instead. Then I spent some time trying to make my blob able to jump only twice at a time. But that led me to being utterly confused as to why it's not working, so I decided to come back to it later and instead start adding obstacles for the blob. Easy enough, now I just need to work out the collisions. Never mind that. Next day, after some quality debugging time, I finally get the jumping to work. Then I ended up completely reworking the collision system, and that was it for the day. Third day I did some early finish work to make the game feel nicer and to give myself a break. Fourth day I get a breakthrough in my collision system. I figure out that each game frame I cycle through all the blocks available and check if the blob is colliding with each one of them. And that gives me a funky collision system that only works half the time. So what I decide to do instead is run a check to figure out which block is currently the closest to the blob on the x-axis and only check for a collision with that single block. Fifth day, the code I had set up to check for the closest block to the blob gave me an idea for a so-called debug mode. Basically, when you hit Y on the keyboard, a bunch of info pops up showing you a live state of some processes being computed in the game. I also added a super debug mode you can enter by pressing U that shows you more detailed info of some other processes. And last little addition requested so many times by my brother is you can now press R to reset the game if you lost. Now, let's have a look at the result, shall we? Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out the first video of the series and I'll see you in the next one.